Right, so I hope you like the jammies. They're not bad, are they? So once I've got my pyjamas on, then the next thing on my list is sorting out my peg. Now, the peg is a device that goes through the outside of my stomach wall and into my actual stomach itself. And it was due to come out months ago, and if you remember, I was actually virtually on the operating table, and the anaesthetist took one look at me and one look at this swelling that goes on here in my neck and everything, and she would not put me to sleep. She said, it is not safe, I need more information on you, I need much more detail than I've got time to before this procedure, and it's just not safe to proceed. I'm not happy to proceed. So I was gutted because I had been through a lot of preparation to get, and I was looking forward to getting rid of the peg. And then of course we've had the virus that's taken over globally, which is of big importance, and I understand that, which has put all these elective procedures now on hold. So I'm stuck with the peg even though I'm not using it, but that means I have to look after it still. So this is what the peg looks like. I'm not going to get too close because I don't wish to gross anyone out, and what I have to do is just give it a little clean around the stoma site and make sure it's okay and it's not oozing or bleeding. At the moment it does bleed quite regularly, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's not some blood by the time the morning comes. So that's the peg sorted out, and then this is the bugger. This little injection, so I'll pull the top off and let you have a look. If you don't like needles, turn away. There it is. So this has to go under my skin in my tummy, and I have to inject every night. It has to be 5 centimetres away from my belly button and not into an area that's bruised. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of bruising now. I look like I've done 10 rounds. So I have to try and find a bit like there with no bruise, and then squeeze it, give it a good squeeze, and then pop the needle in and then flush it down and pull away. Oh, and that stings like you know what. Oh, but it'll wear off after about 30 seconds or a minute, and then I have to keep an eye to see if it's bleeding. So that one's got a plaster on it because it did start to bleed. And what happens after in the night when I'm sleeping, if I haven't noticed that it started to bleed, because it's a blood thinning injection, it's 100 milligrams of Clexane, because it's quite a powerful blood thinner, then it will ooze and continue to ooze even though it's only a little pinprick. And yet oh my days, how many times have I had to change the duvet and the sheet and my pyjamas because a little tiny pinprick has been oozing blood all night, and it's driving me nuts. So now I tend to put little plasters on, even if I don't see any blood, and the bigger ones on to stop any of that oozing going on. And then once I'm finished doing that, I have to brush my teeth, and then I'll come back, get into bed, and then I sit up in bed because I've got reflux, and and my tummy's still not brilliant, and I have to take quite a few more tablets, and I stay sitting up in bed, and I have to sleep in a semi-reclining position in order to stop all the acid keep coming into my throat during the night, which is not nice. So I kind of long for the day when I can just come up, get my pyjamas on, get into bed. You know, because you have to be so organised. Because the other thing I have to do is sort out all my tablets each night, sort out the ones that I need to replenish in my box that I keep beside me, which has one lot of every tablet I take. I'll save that for another vlog and show you that at another time. So, always something to do, isn't there? Now, my challenge to you guys this week is, during lockdown, why don't you take the time to sort out all the photos and videos you've got stored on your various devices and pass them on to those you know and love. A bit of nostalgia does wonders at a time like this, and also some fun. It's good to pass on some funny pictures, etc, etc. So my encouragement, I've got over 1,000 photos on my phone because I've got a huge memory on my phone. It's not a good thing, and so I'm determined to try and sort that out. Get rid of the ones that are no good, that have snuck in, and then put in albums the others, and maybe print some stuff off. So that's my challenge to you guys for this week, to see if you want to fill your time doing something like that. I hope whatever you're doing, you're okay, and that if it's tough, that you're brave enough to reach out to someone and say, I'm struggling with this. And because it's only when you know what's going on in people's lives that they generally reach out once they know. They don't generally reach out before. So, and there's so many different ways of making a difference. Just giving someone a phone call you haven't spoken to for a long time, like I did that this week with a couple of people, just out of the blue, spontaneous, and it was lovely for both those people, and it was good for me as well. So I hope that you find these things that you can do that just lift you, but also lift other people from the challenges that we're all living through. So I hope that all kind of like makes some kind of sense. But I guess the sense I want it to make is that life is a grindstone. Whether it grinds you down or polishes you up, the choice is yours. And I just hope that many of us will view this time as a time when we've been polished. That doesn't mean to say it's not without its pain and not without its heartache, and my heart goes out to all those who've lost their lives, or those who watch and wait on loved ones and can't be with them. It must be so difficult. I really do. My heart just bleeds for those people. But actually, for the rest of us that are not in that boat at the moment, I just hope that you can use the time wisely to work on yourself and to boost yourself and to give yourself something that you haven't had in a long time, which is a gift of time. All right, that's all for me from this week. Take care. God bless.